What's up, guys? I want to talk about Monday Night Raw from February 13th. And the show started out with the participants from the Elimination Chamber this Sunday having a debate. You had the 6 guys: CM Punk, Dolph Ziggler, R-Truth, The Miz, Chris Jericho, and Kofi Kingston. Pretty much talking trash about each other, saying how they're better than the other, who's going to win, this and that. I kind of enjoyed it, hearing them get their fair share of something to say, so none of them kind of seemed like they were getting more of the spotlight than the other. All except for The Miz. As soon as The Miz started talking, it's like he made some points. Some of them were actually decent. Like, I like when he told Jericho, how am I a rip-off of you when we both main evented WrestleMania, but I won my main event match at WrestleMania? And dude, you're not the only one who wears suits. But of course, he starts getting buzzed. And it's like, okay, the quote 45 seconds is up. But then when Jericho started to talk right after that, he talked for maybe 2 minutes. And it's like, there's no buzzard for him. There was no buzzard for everyone else. I mean, maybe the reports about The Miz having backstage heat is true. And maybe WWE is starting to get sick of him. Then the first match was Kofi Kingston versus Chris Jericho, and it was a decent match, but the end of it was kind of sloppy. I don't really know what was going on with the whole eye-poking thing, but Jericho got the win. Code breaker. Wasn't that surprising. Then we had Randy Orton versus The Big Show, which I thought they'd save for next week's SmackDown, but no, they put it on Raw. And Daniel Bryan was out there. He eventually interferes. Right after somehow Big Show fucked up that RKO spot. I guess Orton was supposed to go for the RKO, and Big Show was supposed to push him off, but instead he dropped down, and Orton was kind of pissed. And I saw a commercial for this Friday, a rematch between Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan, which I don't mind seeing because that last match ended in such a chaotic way that maybe if they're along can have some preventing of interference. Maybe these two can really go at it and have a clear-cut winner. And probably the coolest part of the whole night was the return of Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels comes back. I don't think we've seen him since last year's WrestleMania time. And Shawn came out and said, Triple H is probably just messing with them, and he'll say yes. Come on, Triple H, come out. Triple H comes out. He says, no, I'm being serious. Don't want the match. Shawn Michaels calls him a coward, which I liked the moment between them where it looked like maybe they were even going to fight. And Shawn was just looking at him like, what are you, a coward now? And when he told him that, are you becoming one of them? Are you becoming a McMahon ever since you married that chick? Kind of just like, I mean, I'm pretty sure they don't really feel that way about Triple H being married to Stephanie, but it's funny to play into that. It's funny to play into all Triple H's old friends from DX or the Clique, thinking that ever since he married Stephanie that he's sold out and he's changed. They played another video of The Undertaker, and it was similar to last week except for this time he cut his hair. And I don't know if like how short he cut it, because it didn't show how short it was. I hope it's not like too short. I don't want it to be like American Badass short haircut, because I really didn't like the way he looked like that. I mean, at the time, I didn't mind the change, but right now, I don't want to see him with hair that short. I mean, if it's the length of hair that he had when he came back for WrestleMania 20, when he fought Kane, and it was kind of just like maybe down to here, but it was still kind of growing. If it's that length, then I won't mind it, whatever. But if it's shorter than that, then it's going to piss me off, and I'm just going to say, why did he even come back in the first place? Then R-Truth beat Dolph Ziggler, which surprised me. I think Dolph Ziggler is one of the best wrestlers they have on Raw. And so I hope he doesn't start like a losing streak, especially going into WrestleMania, because I'd like to see him showcase better for a show like that. But R-Truth probably could have used the win too. And I like seeing the Elimination Chamber opponents face each other in one-on-one matches. I kind of hope SmackDown does the same this Friday. Then backstage, Eve looked like she was being kidnapped by Kane, which was kind of cool. It reminded me of what The Undertaker used to do. He kidnapped Stephanie, kidnapped Ryan Shamrock, kidnapped quite a few people, so it looked like Kane was doing something similar. But John Cena saved her. She jumped out of the ambulance right before Kane drove off, and then she she kind of, in the heat of the moment, kissed Cena. And it wasn't just a kiss, they like legit made out. And Cena kissed her back, which, I mean, you can't blame the guy. I mean, have you seen Eve? She's fucking hot. But then, of course, they turn around and Zack Ryder was there in his wheelchair with the roses, and he was gonna like profess his love for Eve that same night. He told Cena that too, so it really made Cena look bad. It made Cena look like not only is he a bad friend, but it kind of takes away his whole hustle, loyalty, respect. It's like you can't have that on your t-shirt and then get caught making out with your best friend's chick. I mean, yeah, okay, granted, she wasn't his girlfriend, and we even found out after that. She went out to him and said, hey, I just want to be friends. I don't really like you like that. And okay, fine. So she doesn't like him like that. But Cena is supposed to be his best friend. She's off limits no matter what. Whether she likes Zack back or not, she's off limits. And it also doesn't do Eve too many favors either, because even later on when Eve came out, the fans were booing her. So this whole storyline is going to make people not like Eve. It makes her look like she was leading Zack on, or makes her seem like she's kind of one of those attention girls. But last match of the night, CM Punk defeated The Miz, which was a pretty quick match. He beat him, he made him tap out. Miz has been on quite a big losing streak lately. I usually try not to believe what I read online as far as, oh, this person has backstage heat, whatever, blah, blah. It's like, really, how did they even find out the shit? But from the looks of it, it looks like it is true about The Miz. It looks like somebody doesn't like him, and he hasn't been too impressive on TV. John Cena's in the ring. Zack Ryder comes rolling down. He has his neck brace on, his back brace on. He's pissed at Cena. He's yelling at him. He slaps him. Cena takes his shirt off like he's about to fight, and I'm sitting there thinking, Cena, Zack Ryder's with a back brace and a neck brace. This guy can barely walk around, and you're about to fight this guy? It makes me think Kane's right about this whole embracing the hate. Cena's starting to get less compassionate. And then Kane grabs Zack Ryder while he's in the wheelchair, rolls him off the stage, which was pretty sick, pretty intense. And Zack once again gets carried out. Now, this storyline isn't doing shit for Zack Ryder. I mean, maybe it's getting him more sympathy with the fans, but the people liked him enough as it was. So getting us to like him more is pretty impossible. It's making Kane look good because he's looking more sick and more evil and more heartless. And Cena's starting to show more signs of aggression. It's starting to show like maybe come Sunday, not only will he beat Kane, but he'll embrace the hate and might turn heel going into WrestleMania. And since so far there's only like 4 matches made for the pay-per-view, I want to give my predictions. First up, we have the Divas Championship. Beth Phoenix defending against Tamina Snuka, I guess they're going to call her now. I'm interested in this match. I want to see what Tamina can do in a high-profile pay-per-view type match, but I don't see her winning. I see Beth retaining, and I see Beth going on to WrestleMania to face either Karma, if she's ready, or Natalya. Then for the SmackDown World Title Elimination Chamber match, there's a lot of people who could win. I could see the Big Show winning. I could see Randy Orton winning. But I think Daniel Bryan might retain. I see Daniel Bryan as world champion facing Sheamus at WrestleMania. That's the match I see right now. With the ambulance match, we have Kane versus John Cena. I already said earlier, I think Cena's going to win. I think Kane will put Cena through hell. But Cena's going to turn sides, go dark, and beat Kane in a vicious and brutal way. And what's probably the main event is the Elimination Chamber match for Raw for the WWE title. I think CM Punk retains, but I could see Chris Jericho winning the title. And WrestleMania will be CM Punk's rematch with Jericho. It makes more sense for CM Punk to get his rematch and then have the Jericho Punk match happen that way at WrestleMania. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya!